So I haven't eaten any carbs in a little over a year now, and it has really, really helped my life out. I've been able to build muscle. Maybe you can see a little bit there. I've been able to lose fat. I've been able to feel absolutely amazing because I cut out the carbs. And today I just want to share with you why I never eat carbs anymore because, like I said, it's really helped my life out and I know it will help other people as well. As a matter of fact, I helped my dad cut down the carbs in his own life, and he dropped like 15 pounds, and I was super happy for him. But yeah, so today we're gonna go over just kind of why I never eat carbs, and I'm gonna be making some hamburgers because that's what I eat instead is just fat and protein. So yeah, with that, let's talk about why I never eat carbs. And the first reason is really just that I tried it and I liked it. You know the saying like try before you buy? I think that should be true for really any diet. But yet we're kind of cast into the system of like eat carbs regardless of whatever it is. Like you have to eat carbs. You have to eat carbs. You know, I remember just growing up there's just sugar and nonsense everywhere. Like the school lunches, the the food that people buy, like just in the stores. As a kid, everything that's marketed to you is just sugar and candy bars and um, cereal and just a bunch of nonsense, and yeah, like that's kind of the trial that we're given, and then we're expected to just stay on it for the rest of our lives. And so I decided that I would try low slash no carbs or a ketogenic carnivore diet and see how I felt. Because, a lot of, because I think the best thing you can derive in order to make your own life decisions is just to try things out. Like you can look at all of the studies in the world and whatnot, and, some of those are valuable to look at. But at some points you just have to experiment with yourself because I honestly believe that while science is great and all that, it just takes a while. And like there's biases, there's all sorts of different confounding factors that can go into it. And so, if you try it and you've heard people are enjoying it, try it out. And that's exactly what I did. I found that I tried it and I liked it. So I would encourage you to try it out, like a ketogenic carnivore diet, and do it the right way. Because some people will say, "Oh, I tried carnivore, and it was cool because I." It was, here's a little story for you. So I don't know if the dude was actually talking about carnivore, but I was just walking past this dude at school, and for some reason they must have been talking about diet or whatever, and he mentioned like, "Oh yeah, it's great because you get to eat a lot of meat, but my workout sucked." And it's like, okay, there's some troubleshooting you can do because some people will try out carnivore or they'll try out low carb and they'll say like, "Oh, it sucks. Don't try it. It's terrible for you." But they didn't actually do it correctly. And that's the thing that you need to understand if you're going to do low carb is do it right. Like some people just don't do it right. Like they don't eat enough, they don't get enough fat in, or they are adding in some weird extra stuff that just doesn't make sense and ruins the experience. Or they just don't give it enough time. Like you need time to adapt. And so that's why I'm making a course on how to do carnivore properly, on how to do like a ketogenic carnivore diet the right way. So you can try it. It's linked in the description. It's called like the carnivore roadmap. And it's basically like walking you through the first 30 days on how you can do carnivore and not mess up like I did. Because while I did do a lot of things right, I also did a lot of things wrong. And I'm making that course just so anyone who tries it out and goes through it will get onto the right track immediately and not have any of the common pitfalls that a lot of people fall into, including myself. So go give it a shot. Go try it out. And if that sounds interesting to you, go check out that link in the description. But that's really kind of the first reason on why I never eat carbs is I tried it and I liked it. It's just freaking amazing how I feel now. And that, I mean, that kind of goes over the broad reasons why. It's just because, I tried it, felt good, stuck to it for a while. Like, just another point to add on to that, I wouldn't continue on this diet if I didn't feel great. If the things that I ate didn't make me feel good, and if trying the other things, like trying carbs again, trying plants again, if those things made me feel better, I would have changed back. I promise you. Because I'm not like super ideologically driven. I just do what works best for me and what's easiest. This is super easy. It makes me feel the best. And so it just kind of makes sense to do this. Now, it is, I guess, technically boring from a standard perspective, but I found that after a while, you just kind of get used to it. Like, you don't have the FOMO of, like, oh my gosh, I'm missing out on, like, cinnamon rolls and pancakes now. Oh no, boohoo. Like, this just doesn't happen to me anymore. Like, I derive positive experiences from other things in life. And I guess that's another reason why I don't eat carbs anymore is in my experience, whenever I was eating carbs, I always was really food driven and food centric. I know it's kind of ironic because I'm talking about food right now, but I promise you, I had a lot more food drive back whenever I was eating a ton of carbs because it was like this compulsion to have more. And I didn't like that. And ever since I cut the carbs, that hasn't happened anymore because I don't have that weird, carb craving compulsion anymore, which is really, really nice to have because it clears my mind for other things like training in the gym or going for a run or whatever. And along with that, I don't get like the crazy hunger signals like I used to. My hunger is really, really satiated whenever I eat. And it's really easy for me to forget about food, which is, it can be a burden, honestly, whenever you are really, really food driven and hungry all of the time, trying just snacking, and you're getting fatter and fatter, but you still feel hungry. And then you delude yourself into thinking that you're just bulking, which is what I did. Um, as I was gaining, 8 pounds, 10 pounds of fat. It was rough, man. Anyways, I got off track there, but that's kind of another reason why I never eat carbs anymore is just the satiety regulation. Carbs, I've learned this from firsthand experience and just from how carbs affect people kind of on a, you know, bloodstream and like molecular level. They just mess with your satiety signals. Like they literally make you want to eat more food. And that's for a couple of reasons. Like one, they just taste really, really good. So your body's like, oh yes, have more of this stuff. All right, prepare yourself for sizzle. Oh yeah. So you have the fact that they just taste good. Like literally carbs are just sugar, right? But just in general they taste good. And then you also have another factor in the fact that they just mess with certain chemicals in your body. They influence certain hormones in your body that literally drive your hunger up, that drive your satiety down. And so you have like a three-pronged attack that's convincing you to eat more food. And after I learned that, I was like, of course, because I just binged and had this like weird constant compulsion to eat food, even though I was already full. You know, you've probably experienced this where you felt full already, like your stomach is full, and you're like, yeah, I could be done. But there's something in your brain telling you, I need to eat more. I need to have more, especially if you've had like a big bowl of like pasta or rice or even fruit. I mean, it's kind of obvious that that's going to happen with junk food and whatnot because that stuff is literally designed for you to overeat it. But the same thing sort of occurs with fruit. Now, everyone's different, but if you're anything like me, that's probably happened to you at least once before. And it's not really like a pleasant feeling because you're already stuffed, you're already full, and you manage to shove in one more cookie or you manage to shove in one more bowl of pasta. Like it's not the best feeling like afterwards because you have this like rock in your stomach and you just feel awful. And so that's a little bit more of the negative side of things on why I quit carbs is just like there's a dark side that people don't really talk to you about that they don't mention whenever they say, "Oh, carbs are so great for you," when they're really not. But I want to kind of shift more onto the benefits of removing them, right? Obviously, you don't experience those like downsides of the carb cravings and the weird hunger, like drug compulsion like experience. But there are some benefits that you could experience as well whenever you ditch the carbs, which I'm going to speak from my own experience here is just the mental clarity that you get whenever you ditch the carbs is nuts. It's just crazy. Now, it isn't 100% of the time because sometimes I get a bad night of sleep or I'm not hydrated. And so it's not there all of the time. But I remember distinctly a few days after just ditching the carbs, just feeling like I was, what's that one movie? It's like Limitless. I haven't actually watched it, but it's like the Limitless pill, and like your mind is just so much strong. Like your mind is so much clearer. Your thoughts are sharper. You can just your thinking is so fast. It's really it's a really interesting experience to have, and yeah, and that's one of the benefits I've experienced. The other is just like the consistent energy. Now, it's not perfect. Like I said, I can have bad night of sleep, or I can be not so hydrated, or if I haven't been eating a ton, or I've been really working out a ton as well, then my energy can dip down a little bit. I can get a little bit sore and tired and fatigued. Like that does happen, but that happens to everyone. But my level of like readiness just day over day is just so much higher than it used to be. I remember being so fatigued a lot of the time, just being tired. And ever since I ditched the carbs, it's like the energy is just as a baseline is higher, but there's less like dips and crashes and spikes and whatnot. And I think that's really the benefit of running on ketones and fat instead of carbs because whenever you're eating carbs, you have this big spike of energy and then it just kind of goes away. Like it just dips back down unless you're eating a ton of carbs constantly. But that's just not healthy, bro. Like diabetes is a real disease. And if you eat carbs constantly, you're going to start stimulating yourself to where your insulin's too high. You're going to start getting like insulin resistance, which leads to diabetes, which is just not a good experience from my understanding. I'm going to flip these burgers now. But yeah, that's another one of the benefits of ditching the carbs is just consistent mental energy, consistent energy, clarity. It's lovely. I absolutely love it. My workouts are pretty great. It's kind of that combination of you just feel a lot better and you don't have anything else kind of weighing you down. And I guess that's really the reason why that I went to a ketogenic carnivore diet. It's just, I've tried it. I liked it. There's not as much stuff weighing me down. Like I literally have less weight on my body. Um, like if you ditch carbs, you're gonna lose a lot of water weight the first like 2 weeks, and after that, you'll lose probably more weight just because you're not gonna be eating as much because your body isn't, you know, compulsively eating unless you've been like, you know, on it with your tracking your calories and all of that stuff. Like that can happen too, but yeah, it's just I found this existence to be a lot easier, and that's overall the reason why that I eat carbs. I don't eat carbs, I should say, and I just eat fat and protein instead. Like this stuff, it's all you need, you know. I mean, obviously these aren't cooked. I probably won't eat these, but um, until they're cooked, anyways. But I genuinely believe that's all you need, and I believe that it makes your life better to remove that stuff. If you want to add it back in, go ahead, I guess. I just think that it's not necessary and it's going to make your life worse if you do so. Um, but I'm not going to force you to just eat meat. It's totally up to you and to your own experience. And like I said kind of at the beginning of this video, I'd really recommend that you try it out and just see how you feel and give it like a genuine try. Make sure that you're doing everything right and give it enough time to actually affect yourself. I think the reason why that I've stuck to it for as long as I did is I said I'm going to do it for 30 days and see how I feel at the end of that. And then it's just for another 30 days and another because I felt great. But some people, they try it for a week and they're like, oh, I feel terrible. But that's because you're going through the transition phase. Like it does take time to transition onto the diet. And so, again, I would implore you to try it out. Do it for 30 days. Follow the roadmap down in the description. Try it out. This video has just been kind of why I don't eat carbs anymore. Why I probably will never eat carbs in a substantial way ever again. But I really implore you to try it out for yourself so you can find your own reasons to never eat carbs. So, hope you found this video useful, helpful, whatever. If you like it, then do all the YouTube stuff. If you want to try out carnivore for 30 days, I've got a course for that down in the description that you should really check out. I'm trying to make it as evergreen as possible to where you can go through it, maybe go back through it in a couple of years or whatever if you fall off, and just just understand like these are the common pitfalls. This is how you can get onto it, etc., etc. So go check that out. Go try it out. Go see how you feel. Let me know how it goes. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.